Hey friends, welcome back to Philly Fixed. Today we're going to start a project build. This is a chicken coop project. It's March 1st, 2025, and it is sunny and 60 degrees here in southeastern Pennsylvania, which makes it a perfect day to get started. So let's get to it. Okay, so I did buy plans for this coop. My wife saw them online and I thought it would save me some work. Now that being said, I did modify some things on the plans, so I didn't just blindly follow them, but this will give you a good idea of what our goal is here. So we've got the main coop that's 4x8, and then we've got the 8x16 run. Basically, you need 10 square feet of run per chicken. We're starting with 6 chickens, but my wife wants to be able to have up to 10. That way, as the first 6 start aging and maybe not laying as much, we can get 4 younger ones and, you know, kind of rotate them out over the years here. So 16x8 run, 4x8 main coop, and then you've got nesting boxes that are going to hang off the side here. Now, I said I was going to modify it. For example, they had stationary plexiglass windows up here and then openable hard wood windows. I got rid of all that, and I'm just putting some cheap Amazon double hung windows here that I found. So going to make some modifications, but just wanted to give you an idea of what we're working towards here on the project. I measured out my main coop's going to be 4x8. I measured out 6x10, and I did string lines just to kind of get an idea of how level or not level my ground is. And actually, it's pretty good here, so I'm not going to have to do a lot of correction. But I was going to do a full 6x10 stone pad, like completely under the coop, but because this is the highest part of the yard, it really never gets wet and soggy. So I'm just going to do a strip of stone under the 4x4s. Not going to overdo it. And I also can't seem to find my full length flat shovel, but I'm not digging that much. So we'll deal with it. And I'm aiming for about 2 inches depth here of stone. So while I show you the time lapse of me digging out to put the stone down here, just a few things I want to mention. The Pennsylvania Uniform Construction Code adopts the 2018 International Residential Code, which is probably adopted by most states, maybe not 2018, but the International Residential Code in general. And I'll put the section up on the screen here, but frost protection for footings or foundations is not required on light frame, freestanding accessory structures under 600 square feet. So in short, I don't need to put footings that extend below the frost line for a small chicken coop or shed like this. And also, permits aren't required for single-story detached accessory structures under 200 square feet. And even if you wanted to include the run area in the calculation, I'm still under 200 square feet. So I do not need a permit to build a chicken coop like this. You'll always want to check your local ordinances. In Pennsylvania, I had to check my township ordinances. There might be setbacks where you can't build it too close to your property line, or they may require other permits that aren't required by the International Residential Code. So you'll notice here I'm using a bunch of these half cubic foot, 50-pound bags of drainage rock I got at Lowe's. I didn't have a utility trailer yet, but I actually, since I've gotten a utility trailer and got a scoop of stone for like $32, which is way cheaper than buying these bags at like $7 a pop. All right, so to cut my lap joint, ignore that line, I screwed up, but I want to be at 1 3/4, which is that line. And I'm going to set my depth stop on my miter saw to only cut that deep. So a little bit lower. Okay, I think that's good. Yep. Yep, this is where I'm going to put the chicken coop. What's that, Mia? Okay, bye. That's what the lap joint looks like. Now I just got to see how we're looking as far as square and level. So before I even adjust anything, let's just, that side's a little low. The left is a little low. All right, so left is a little low in each case. Let's see if I can tamp down the right side. It's getting a little chilly. Let's put a jacket on. Just need to put a little more stone under this side. How did it get lower? That end's okay. We're looking good that way. We're looking good that way. We're pretty good there. I think that's as good as it's going to get. I'm measuring the diagonals because if the diagonals match, then I'm square. And I'm at 107 this way, 107 and like 3/16 that way. So I'm going to call that square, Al. What do you think? I was worried that would happen. Hit a rock or something. My floor framing is going to be pressure treated, but my subfloor is not, because I don't really want to use pressure treated wood that's going to be exposed to the chickens as much as possible. So just to reduce the amount of moisture that comes up through the ground and hits the subfloor, I already had a roll of tar paper. So I'm going to put some tar paper down. And this was just the size piece I had. Where'd my stapler go? Ugh. So we're just going to staple some of this down. All right, so I'm doing my floor framing now, and I've got my 8-foot rim joists, and then I've got my 3-foot 9-inch rim joists, which is of course 4 feet minus the 3 inches on either end. This pressure treated wood is 97 inches. Why is it 97 inches? That's weird. That's weird. Well, I'll just cut the extra off the end here. All right, I just got to mark these 16 inches on center. Would help if I locked my tape measure. Just out of curiosity. we're pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, so a few things here while I'm working on the floor framing. Is the tar paper going to do a whole lot? Maybe, maybe not. I'm going to use Adventech subflooring. Like I said, I didn't want to use pressure treated on the subfloor. Just reduce the chicken's exposure to it. The Adventech subfloor, it's an OSB type product. It could have formaldehyde in it. I don't know. But it seemed like the lesser of two evils to me. And I found this non-toxic polyurethane deck coating that I'm going to use to help waterproof it from the top side. But I thought the tar paper might reduce the amount of vapor and moisture hitting the bottom of the subfloor. So, you know, take it or leave it. Also, I'm using screws here. Could have used my framing nailer, would have been faster. But I'm using stainless screws, and it gave me an opportunity to correct if I had something crooked or something like that, because I don't frame every day. I'm not a professional.
I'm going to put these big timber lock screws down through to fasten the floor framing.
Alright, well that's it for the foundation and floor framing. On the next episode, we're going to put the floor down and start framing some walls in the main coop. Thanks for watching. Let me know your comments on this first video, kind of a new thing for my channel. Until the next one, my name is Jim with Philly Fixed. God bless you guys.
Hello, I'm Jim Davis.